Welcome to Reading the Room, where we explore the intersection of creativity and intuition. Hosted by Michael Frontier, a clairvoyant and architect of the soul, and his co-host, comedian Bente and Each week, we invite artists of all disciplines to pull back the curtain on the how and why of their craft. This is a sanctuary for creators, a place to bridge the gap between your work and your gut. So settle in, take a breath, and relax. Let's read the room.
Hey everyone, welcome to Reading the Room with Michael Frontier. That would be me and my groovy co-host, Bente and
I like groovy.
You're an original.
Thank
come on,
you
I've
so
got to
much.
be so cool and groovy. I get to hang out with you and I love this. I missed seeing you.
I know, we had a little time apart.
We had a little time apart. Did you have a good time?
I did. We had our Thanksgiving break, and I tried to avoid hosting, and somehow ended up hosting. So it was small and lovely, and I'm glad I did it. Of course.
Good.
Yeah. What about you?
Did you cook?
I made mac and cheese
Ah.
and a cheese board.
Ooh.
I really fed everyone cheese.
Cheese is good for you. I like that.
What about you?
Mine was good, but wait, do you have a good mac and cheese recipe?
Okay, so I had to redeem myself this year because last year I made a mac and cheese and I doubled the recipe and I bought double the ingredients of everything except for the cheese. And so it became so dry and it was so bad. So this year I went with a completely different recipe that included Velveeta, which some people frown at, but Velveeta apparently has some ingredient. I'm going to say chemical.
Maybe. We don't know.
We don't know. I can't. I'm speculating. But that's creamy and like made it real. It was a really good mac and cheese. It turned out really well. So that is the secret ingredient.
So you went old school.
I did.
Yeah. And it kept its color.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Ooey gooey. And
gooey.
The longer it sat, the better it was.
The better it got. Yes. Yeah. We had a really nice Thanksgiving. So we live in Palm Springs. And so when we moved here last year, in and around Thanksgiving, November, the first year, we had just come from the move happened very quickly. We did a little renovation. So by November, we were just starting to feel coming out of like this whirlwind. And so there's a cute little restaurant close to our home called Carousel. And they happened to do a Thanksgiving dinner. So last year we ordered from them. It was phenomenal. One meal each was like 2.5 meals each. Yeah. And so we had leftovers and everything. So this year we did the same thing, and we had been invited to a party and we declined. And it was really just, we're so grateful. I'll tell you a couple things. So the dinner was great. We stayed home. It was really, really good. But as I'm getting older, Thanksgiving there's like a different vibe about it for me. And it's not as celebratory. I'm like thankfulness, gratitude, of course. But, our history and how we got here. Yeah. So, as a kid, we learned this stuff, but it wasn't taught
with full truth, with full transparency.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, cause we live here in California and, there's some, really nice grounds to hike on. And I felt like we didn't go hiking that day, but I'm not sure if it's like the Agua Caliente tribes trails or whatever, but I'm like, I'm not showing up on Thanksgiving to go hiking.
Right.
I hike, but I mean, I felt like that would be really disrespectful.
To go hiking on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, to upend the tribes'
trails. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah.
Like me, I don't know.
I guess it's what the intention is.
The intention is pure, but
exactly.
I was like, it's a big celebration for this country, but for a lot of people, it doesn't necessarily seem like that. And I don't want to be like, wah-wah. No. But that was my particular day. We had a great day. We worked out. We picked up our meals. We hung out at our pool. We made our dinner that night, and it was super chill, and it was lovely.
That sounds like a great Thanksgiving.
It was great Thanksgiving.
My parents are both foreigners, so Thanksgiving was never a big deal in my house. We kind of just waited till we got invited somewhere.
Yeah.
went to their Thanksgiving. So it's never been a huge deal to me. But what I do like about it versus like Christmas is so like decor and gift focused, which I love. Listen,
yes,
I love it. But Thanksgiving is really just like, we're just going to get together and be grateful and eat. And that's really, I like that. Yes. It's almost like, couldn't we just have it created this without having it to do with any sort of taking of people's lands and genocide. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Yeah. It sort of sucks that that's where it's rooted in, because I don't want to celebrate that.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, but like, I love like Friendsgivings, those kinds of things. I think that's really special.
It's a wonderful way
extremely intentional.
It's a wonderful way to acknowledge your chosen family, the people that are in your daily life that you want to say, let's sit and be glad that we're spending this life together, you know?
Yes, that's how I feel. And also, do you feel like the days are just flying by?
This year screamed by.
Right?
Yes.
It's crazy.
I can't believe we're almost at 2026.
Yeah.
Time has really, the 20s, the time has been so strange. They're going to write about it. And I'm still sort of waiting for that Great Depression, 1920s.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I'm sort of like, when does that happen for us? You know, like, when is the sad over and we get to put on our
party? I am so with you on that.
Yeah, I think it'll happen. I think it'll happen.
So too. We're going to make it happen.
Patient. Exactly.
Absolutely. So, hey, we've got a great show for you tonight. So why don't we get right into it with our guest?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Success isn't just about what you build. It's about the internal framework that supports it. I'm Michael Frontier, and whether we're reading the room on the podcast, sitting for a reading, or beginning our coaching work together, my mission is the same: to help you shed old patterns and move forward with a grounded spirit and a fluid heart. When you align your intuition with your intent, you finally reclaim the lightness of your being. Step into your purpose and leave with permission. Connect with me at michaelfrontier.com. Today's guest is the incredibly talented Ryan Asher. Ryan has performed on the main stage at Chicago's famed Second City, as well as I.O. and the Annoyance Theater. She currently resides in L.A. and is the writer and star of the acclaimed one-woman show, The Past Lives of Ryan Asher. You can see her work live at the Upright Citizens Brigade. She also has countless popular characters on Instagram, and you can also catch her latest project, The Bert Show, which we're going to talk about, on YouTube. Well, let's welcome Ryan Asher to the show. Hi, Ryan.
Michael Bente, I'm honored. I can't believe it.
Welcome.
What a dream.
We're so happy. This is a dream for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for carving out time in your busy schedule.
Oh, are you kidding? I would just I could have had so many things and I would have been like, I can't. I'm with Michael.
I love it. Oh, no, I'm honored. So, Ryan, for the amount of years that I've known you, you have one of the fastest minds I've ever witnessed.
Wow.
I'm wondering what it's like for you. Are you aware of how fast your mind works?
I definitely am, because I'm aware that I have anxiety. So I'm aware because of the anxiety and some would even say ADHD. But also I think sometimes like a joke will come out, or I'll respond to something and I'll literally be like, oh, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
I was like, that was good. What did I just said? Who did that?
Write that down.
I should write that down. So I'm semi-aware due to the negative things, but also I think now in a positive way. Obviously, I've used it to my benefit creatively.
Sure. Was this something that you're aware of since you're a kid?
I think so. I always knew I had lots of ideas and lots of energy. And, sometimes when you're a kid, it's like, that's enough. And sometimes when I'm adult to my wife, it's like, that's enough.
Yes,
but I'm aware that I'm moving quick.
Do you have siblings, Ryan?
I have a sister. I have a younger sister.
And are you both similarly like minded? Are you both like creatives, comedians?
We're very similar in that she's also very witty, very smart, very funny, hilarious opinions. But she is kind of like, I call her like the Dark Lord version of me. She's like taller. She's like broody. She's like more like whatever, where I'm. So what's that animal that like has little things peck food off of it? It's like it would be like if an alligator
like
had
bison?
like a bison. Oh. Like Sydney would be the bison and I'd be the tiny bird, like hopping around with too much energy, like picking things off of her, screaming.
Yeah,
I love
that's our dynamic.
Is she a performer as well?
She's a musician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She tried doing some improv like for a while and did some musical theater when we were kids and was like, I don't want to do that ever again. And I said,
one and done.
Yeah.
The musicians are moodier.
Exactly. She gets to do like her covers of Creep, like, and that's her vibe.
What was your mind encouraged as a child?
Absolutely. My parents are very creative. Wow. They're both public school teachers. That's why.
That makes all the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we were taken to see plays and we watched old musicals, but we also watched old movies and we went to museums and we were just really encouraged to like make stuff. Also, I'm just so thankful, and I'm sure you both can agree, we didn't really have the internet until I was like a teen.
Sure.
Or like middle school it was starting, so like I had to go outside and like make stuff with my friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that definitely I think has something to do with it also.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder about that with the kids now who, whether it's ADHD or like these very, very fast minds, that when you went outside, you got to burn off energy.
100%.
And you tapped into your creativity and imagination and, the tree became a house.
Exactly.
And everything else. So, wow.
Yeah, I think that having really tapped in public school teacher parents who like they know kids, and so they saw I had so much energy and they saw that I needed to take up space and they were like, put her in theater. Put her over there so she's screaming for a reason. And I appreciate
Are your parents?
that.
Oh my God, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do your parents like to perform?
No. I put them in stuff every now and then, and they'll you can tell they kind of like it, but my mom's like, I do my stand-up routine every day for my kids, and my they are performing in their way as teachers. They don't want to.
Of course. Yeah. When did you begin performing?
Oh, when I was like, I think the first play they put me in, I was like 4.
Wow.
But it was like alphabet soup, and we were all just letters, and we said the letter, And
what letter were you?
You guys, I was about to say, I was letter T, and I marched. This is so me. I marched my little ass up to the director with the audacity, and I was like, "Hello, I would really love to be the letter R. You see, it's right next to T, and my name starts with an R, and I just think that would make a little more sense." And she was like, "Ryan, I'm not going to do that for you because then everyone's going to want their letter like your T."
Sure.
And I was like,
"Right."
Wow.
And I took the note. I was just like, that's like how I am still. It's just so funny to like look back and be like, oh my God, 4-year-old me was me now. We're the same
Speaking
woman.
up for yourself.
And
Speaking
just being
up for
like,
yourself, asking for what you wanted, not getting it, accepting
it. And also being like, I have the audacity to go up to the director and be like, I have a note for you. I should be the letter R. Insane.
But I love that you knew that.
I did.
Yeah.
And that's also my parents being like, go off, girl.
Ben, did you want to?
I was just going to say that
yes.
I recently thought about it just because of the time of year we're in. That I remember being in kindergarten and my kindergarten teacher being like, "You're going to be my Mary."
Oh,
and I was like,
you said.
Yes.
Did you start wearing like a head wrap to school, like wearing the costume
around my head all the time? Exactly. And my mom was like, "You really felt that part." I was like, "Holy Mother, that's me."
Oh, absolutely. And you're in kindergarten, and you're like, "Children, have a seat." I have something to tell you. I'm pregnant.
Oh God.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, I know. Just kidding.
No.
Did you always have the confidence? Like there was no question?
I think it's like sort of classic in the sense of like, I was so confident in who I was until I learned like, oh, we're in middle school now. We're supposed to be quiet. We're supposed to be feminine. We're supposed to be not making the big clown jokes. And I feel like that really like that through high school, I was really trying to be someone else, as we all were, trying to fit into this mold of what was popular in Virginia. I always was like, I'm supposed to be in New York City.
I love that.
As a kid.
Yeah.
And
Had you been to New York?
Oh, yeah, because my parents, they were very, like, we love the cities. They would take us on vacations to, like, interesting places. And so I was like, that's for me. And so it wasn't until college, I think, where I was like, I met people who were my people in a place where we celebrated, like, being loud and different and creative and theatrical. And that's when I got it back again. I feel like you're always getting back to that confidence. I feel like it's always a roller coaster, but I was born with it for sure.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we all have it from, for sure, birth till 3, 4, sometimes 5.
Yeah.
We lose it, but then just based on the work I do, I see people wanting to reclaim it like around 27, 28.
Yeah.
And 40, that period between 27 to 40.
I bet. Like, I feel like 27, 28 is when that's when I was doing the main stage at Second City. And that's when I was like, oh my God, everything about who I am is what got me here. Like my perspective, like how I do things is what I'm being celebrated for that. And I feel like I really that was a huge period for me being like, oh, I'm tuned into myself and this feels amazing. And then I feel awesome. Believe it or not, COVID took a lot of that away. Only for me. And then that coincided with like all of this industry stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like I'm now thinking, Michael, I mean, I've seen you multiple times as a friend, but also as a person doing readings. And I was thinking about you. And like, I think the last time I saw you for a reading was during that really beautiful time of confidence. And seeing you again, I was like, I feel like I've been like drudging up a mountain again, trying to get back to how I felt at that time.
Yeah.
Because of the last 5 years of like grieving how life has been going for all of us.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad you're here today.
Yeah.
And if any messages drop in, we will be
Girl,
sharing
give them
with
to me,
you.
Michael. I need them. Girl, Michael, please.
And we just went into reading mode, so here we go.
Okay, here we go.
No, it's interesting because it was so debilitating for so many people. I've been explaining this a lot in the work that it's like we've never come out of the election cycle from Trump and Hillary.
We haven't.
And so we haven't because it's been 24/7. And then
because he never went away.
He never went away. He won. And we're doing our best not to go into politics here, but it's been dysregulating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we went right into COVID. Mm-hmm. From COVID, it was Ukraine, Russia, and countless other Palestine, Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Pick something, a second term, and so we've been hyper vigilant, dysregulated, and it's exhausting.
Yeah,
and then your industry has changed so much.
Yeah.
Where, back in the day, telling people, well, you need to move to California because, you go out there for pilot season or whatever. And it's all different.
There's no pilot season anymore.
There's no pilot season. And the season is really whenever somebody feels like making a show or whenever it gets greenlit.
Yeah.
So,
there's no pilots. No one's buying anything.
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's why I think you guys are going to flourish. Is because we need you. You guys got me through the pandemic. I was looking for, I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, the 3 little piggies.
Little piggy girls.
Piggy girls.
The piggy girls, right?
Yes,
I wanted to reference that, right?
Yes.
You guys did a show, I believe it was during COVID.
We did.
I think, right?
We did.
I bought my ticket. Terry and I were there. We were ready to laugh. This is why I'm doing the podcast. It's why I want to promote you guys. It's self-serving on my part. I love you. I love your energy. I love being with all of you. But you helped us. And I've told you this. It's whether you gave us 90 seconds or 30 minutes, or if I read a book or heard an album or something, you took me out of that. You gave me hope. I guess that's the easiest way I can say it. But your show was hilarious. I think you're hilarious.
Yes.
I love you so much.
No, you're the best. And you make me feel so good. And also, like, that's like such an amazing reminder, because then that's how it does that for making the things does that for me. And then hearing that from other people is even more encouraging to be like, that's my purpose. Like, that's why I do this. And so, like, thank you for saying that.
You're welcome, but that's art.
Yeah.
Because here I am 4 or 5 years later, and I remember that night.
Yeah.
So that's what you did for me.
And by the way,
and you need to own that.
Yeah.
Piggy Girls,
and that's why you do what you do. Sorry, Benda.
No, I'm so sorry.
No. We can all talk at the same
time.
We
both want to yell at you.
I'll start screaming for the rest of the time.
No, I want to affirm what Michael's saying. I had during the pandemic a backyard patio show, that the Piggy Girls came and played.
Yes,
and like I know Piggy Girls existed before the pandemic. But that time allowed you to make things, and also like your TikToks, your characters, that also really started in the pandemic, right?
It did.
So like, even though we reflect on that time as such like a sad, low period, I mean it is, but like how many people spent time with themselves and said, what's important to me?
Yeah.
And for you, it was, here comes the characters.
Here they come. Sorry, everyone. Here they come.
What are you inspired by? Like, what is it, like people in your life? Is it people you see on the street? Like, where do you get your characters from?
Definitely people in my life and people on the street. I feel like I've always been seeking out the craziest people we have, because it's like, I feel like especially early in my improv days and early in my like theatrical days, it was always like, you're too loud, you're too crazy, you're too big. And I just have always been like, that's not true at all. There's crazy, loud, big people everywhere. And I want to be them. And I think that's funny. And I want to like bring joy and goofiness to like how people act. So definitely real crazy people. Politics, I find it to be very cathartic, where it's like, if I can laugh at the scary fucking Trump, sorry to those who listen, I don't believe that you should be listening. I'm just kidding. but you can, I guess. But like, it helped me feel cathartic in ways where I felt like especially when I was like, I don't have a lot of money to give to donate. I don't have a lot of time to give because I'm working. So like that felt like a way that I could do something to give back besides just like sharing a meme,
Yes.
And then I'm also inspired by like TV shows I love and family members. It always just sort of hits me and I'm like, that's it. Something like tickles me, and then that's who it's going to be.
And if you think it's funny, it's going to be funny to someone else.
Yeah,
sometimes some of the stuff they have, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
But there's this one character that you do, and she's got a name, I don't know, but it's the girl that hooks up with her.
Oh, she doesn't have a name.
And she falls in love.
Yes.
And they go home and they make love.
Make love.
But my favorite line was she's gonna wear his oversized white shirt.
Yes.
Like all the girls in the movie.
Yes.
And like I was dying, but. I don't know when I saw that. You tell me how long ago you put that out, but I have never forgotten that.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy.
And it was like 30. It's like a minute.
It's yes.
It makes me happy.
Oh,
and that's what you do for me. You make me feel. A new post pops, and I'm like, oh God, like what's she gonna do? And I'm in.
That means so
I'm a
much.
fan.
Oh, thank you. I'm obviously a fan of yours, but thank you so much.
No, for real.
No, thank you. I think it's like, it's literally just, I feel like the whole point for me, my favorite thing about being alive is laughing. And so it's like, I just want to be bringing that to every situation. I just remember like something really, like a really bad breakup was happening to my friend in college. And I was like, girl, everything's funny all the time, which like, obviously there's tragedy, but I think that there's comedy in every tragedy too. So that's just kind of always been my motto. And that's what I'm chasing. And it makes me laugh. So it's like, have you heard this? I might be the first to say it. Laughter is the best medicine. Write that down, Benda. Write that down.
Wow.
You made me. I wanted to point out something you said, because this podcast is about like creativity and intuition, and you said it tickles me, and that's when I know. And it sounds like your intuition is a tickle.
Honey, it's a little bit of a tickle.
I like that. Like, because we're trying to say, like, how does it feel for everyone? Like, where are they finding it in themselves? And for you, it's a little, it's
a little bit,
that's
tickle,
the right direction.
Tickle. And also, because I was thinking about that too, because I knew that the podcast was about that. And I was like, I'm trying to translate it, because it's like, when I know, I just know. It just like appears there, and it's like I can see it.
Yes.
And there it is. And then especially when it's like easy and it just flows out, that's when I know. That's when I really know that it's something funny and on track.
Yeah.
You know, for our listeners, I really hope we attract a younger audience. For no other reason, I hope that these parents or aunts and uncles or people our ages are sharing this with their younger people, because I want them to hear this.
Yeah.
Because I want them to trust themselves.
Yeah.
That's why, and you guys in the arts, it's so all about trusting yourself, trusting instinct. It doesn't feel right. I'm not a T. I will do my best to perform, but
I will do T, but I'm not T.
I'm just telling you right now. So, and in my future contracts, T will not.
Honey,
be
T is not for me.
Yeah. But you knew.
I knew.
You had a connection with the letter R.
I did. We don't know why.
Don't want to take that. But that's what oftentimes adults take away from their kids.
Yeah.
Is the ability to trust themselves and put their trust outside themselves.
Absolutely.
You know?
I just had a coffee with a new young friend who's also a comedian. She's very funny and like confident and outgoing. And we were talking about making videos online, because I have lots of friends who will be like, how do you do it? Like, I'm so scared to start. It's so cringy. It's so embarrassing. And I was like, yeah, it was actually. Yeah. I started and was like, hope, you know, my friends still want to be my friend, but then you just have to get over it, and you just have to put yourself out there. And she was like, my deepest fear is people will see that I'm trying. And I was like, girl, wake up. That's not real. Let them see.
We're all trying.
Let them see.
Right,
You're
exactly.
trying so hard to not look like you're trying. You're trying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I say, show them.
Literally.
Show them. Then you give people permission to try.
Yeah.
You're giving people permission. You put yourself out there. Take a chance.
Yeah.
What's the worst that's going to happen?
Like,
well,
who
that's
cares?
what I was going to ask. Have you ever had like a video or something you've put out that got negative reaction, or you felt flopped? Like, because videos are funny because you put it out and then you're like, you won't get to hear the laughs. You only get to see the hearts and the comments.
Yes.
So it's like a different way of like receiving feedback.
Yes.
What's that been like for you?
It's been, you know, that's also a roller coaster, and it's like a learning curve of like the ones that I work the hardest on, that I'm like, this is it, do the worst. The ones that are the most casual, do the best.
Yep.
The ones that are even like the one that I'm like, I forgot I did that, will have like millions of views.
Yep.
And you can spend your time, and I have spent my time refreshing, looking for the validation, because you're right, I don't get my laughs or that feeling that like refills me back up. Because the laughs and the reactions that are live, that's what fills you back up once you give all the energy away. And so then now I'm stuck to my phone, scrolling. You just have to like detach your worth, yourself, and your art from that, because it could be the time of day. It could be that the algorithm. It could just be that it didn't connect. It doesn't matter. You have no control over that. And so like there's been definitely ups and downs for me personally, and I think for everyone. I'm sure for like, even with this, when you put your podcast out there, you're like, are people listening?
No.
Are people like...
No.
Oh.
We're fully confident.
Number one. We came out as number one.
Okay, well, yeah.
Debuted at number one.
I'm so sorry. I thought this was number
Yes.
two. I immediate number two. Of course it's number one.
We debuted at number one, and we're like, we can't, the calls are coming in and we can't keep up.
Of course it's number one. No, listen, I'll go. I'll see myself out.
But in this imagination, this imaginary situation where we're not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like where you're just like, I hope people are.
Yes.
And like some episodes you might be like, oh my God, we got 1 million listens. And the next episode, this is the best one. It might get 10. And you're like, what? Like, you just have to like give that up.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that. You know, I can share something quickly. So when we had
Take
Terry's
your
Coffee-
time.
No.
This is your show, darling.
No, honey. It's all,
I want to hear
I'd
you,
much
Michael.
rather hear from you. I know. But so we had Terry's Toffee, and so it was maybe closer to the end of us owning it. And a woman that I knew, we had gone out for dinner, and Terry and I were together, and she had said something like, you know, like when you started the company, you probably didn't even know if you would be successful. And Terry and I were sitting on either side of her, and we both turned at the same time, unrehearsed, but we both said, we always knew we would be successful. We just didn't know what the success was going to look like.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think I love saying. That. It's like, we put it out there. And honest, I swear to God, I mean, I believe this from the core of my being. If we had just touched one person with the toffee, Michael Frontier's readings, if I just touched one person, I was a success. It may not look like what society thinks is successful, but for me, I was a success. And we happen to be successful with it. So what's your definition of success?
I think my definition of success is making something that I really enjoy. Like, no matter what it is that I really love doing, that like fills me up, because then I'm enough. Like, if I've done something that I'm really proud of and I like performing that character or that show, then no matter what, I'm good. And then success on top of that is like helping other people with it and having other people be like, we loved that. That meant so much to me, or I felt that, or that I saw myself in that. Like, that's success. You know, I'm tied up also in like, I do need money to live. So also a different, which is like hard. It's hard as an artist to be like in this world where you're like, success is the biggest movie possible. Success is being an A-list star. You know, it's like, no, that's not true. I just want, success for me would be making enough money to live a beautiful life off of the things that I create to help people, which is my purpose. So like,
absolutely,
it is tied together a little bit, but I've not had a lot of money for a really long time and felt very successful in what I do. So it can be both.
Yes, absolutely.
But I would love $1 million.
I say don't shortchange yourself.
Yeah.
Or better.
Yeah. Okay, or better. I'll take
or better.
100 million. Or better.
Or better.
I want to be best friends with Bezos and Musk. Yes.
And I think,
listeners, I didn't mean that part at all. I actually don't like those men.
Yeah.
Surprise.
But I think it's important to like decide what success looks for people individually, because it's true.
Yeah.
If we sort of like blow it out of proportion and compare ourselves to other people's success, then we sort of keep moving the bar and we don't ever get to like enjoy the actual success, which is finishing something, people enjoying it. That's the thing. Yes. Yeah.
I also feel
we
like
tie it so much to money.
Yeah, I know. I feel like success, the tying it to money in a way of like, success to me would be having enough money so that then I can give back in a way that feels really meaningful, which like for me, I've had an abortion. I'm very open about that. I want to make that something that's like accessible for anyone who needs it for any reason, no judgment. Of course. Like when my biggest success would be like, I make enough money off of things that fulfill me that I believe in, and show a good example to young women and people out there who feel like me, to then open kind of like an abortion clinic / spa. Where it's like, after you do this hard, horrible thing,
that's a great
you
idea.
are actually treated very beautifully. Like that would be success to me.
And not shamed.
And like you get to like have a nice bath in a fancy bathtub.
Yeah.
I think if they have birthing doulas, death doulas, there should be abortion
because
doulas.
I think a lot of people go through that fully alone. There's so much shame built around it. Even me, a person who is like, I don't assign the religious aspects to this procedure, it still is weighing on you.
Of course it is.
Oh, yeah.
Of course it is.
And like, I have processed all that. But like,
anybody who
it's
went
there.
to it lightly.
No, exactly. It's horrible.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes. Wow.
That would be a big success.
Why don't we take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Bente Engelstoft. Are you familiar with that Sunday scary feeling? Me too. I'm someone who deals with anxiety, and the best thing I've found to treat it is to work with my hands. I love to make art, and so I've started the Sunday Scaries Art Club. It's an art club for adults. Find out more at Sunday Scaries Art Club on Instagram.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are talking with Ryan Asher. And Ryan, I just want to quickly touch on, I know you were in Chicago. Mm-hmm. That's where we met. And you ended up on the main stage at Second City, which I think is a really big deal. What was that like for you? What was that experience like for you?
It was amazing. It was like getting that job. And I think, like I said earlier before, it was because of who I was as a performer, where for years I was like writing and performing my own stuff and being open about things that were important to me, but also just being really big and funny. And I got the job because of that. And that felt really powerful and fun. And it was very exciting to be like, I'm on a platform. I have a platform now. I can I talk to 350 people a night, sometimes 700 people a night. And so I want to show, you know, who I am fully as a person, and hope that a lot of them will come here who are different than me and think differently than me. And I want them to leave and be like, she was my favorite. But not to bring everything back to abortion. But like in some shows, but I will.
This one will be titled
the abortion episode. and I did a show. This is one of the things that got me the job. I did a show at the Kennedy Center for 2 summers where I got to write stuff, and I wrote this. I had all these like big funny character pieces, and I could tell I was like, I could tell a lot of people were like, she's our favorite, and then I hit them with a vulnerable moment where I say on stage I've had an abortion, hoping to like change their minds or at least see someone differently. So I feel like the main stage gave us the opportunity to like be very funny, which I think is already a political statement as a woman.
Yeah.
Say positive things and change things, and also just have fun. And it felt like a nice platform. So all of that was amazing. The schedule and the producers and some of the technical stuff was a nightmare.
Yeah, I'll bet.
An absolute toxic nightmare. And moving on. And we love it.
So, no, but I just want to say something that you said that's really, really profound, is that, you know, about the arts and intuition. And it's a lovely way to educate people without people feeling like it's being jammed down their throat.
Yeah.
Without being
preachy.
preachy.
You know, it can be preachy. It could be funny. As long as you're planting a seed.
Yeah.
That you might not change anybody's mind.
Exactly.
But at least they heard somebody's opposing view.
Yeah.
That funny woman we liked on stage had an abortion.
Right.
So when my daughter comes to me,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can be like, oh, my daughter can still be successful and brilliant and funny.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Or even just like, I watched that show. It doesn't always, once again, even though this is the abortion episode, like we said, but no. But like, even like when I wasn't talking about it, which was not all that, it wasn't all the time. It'd be like, oh, my favorite one from the show. If a big conservative man from like another city in the Midwest who traveled to Second City and watched, and at the end was like, she was my favorite, she was the funniest, that's another huge win to me.
Absolutely. I agree.
And so I feel like, you know, being funny and having fun, it brings me joy, but also I think in small ways that's the work also.
I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, so you're on the main stage. It's time to go.
It's time.
You're thinking, you're like, you've done your time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to fly. And where's my contract? Who's going to hire me for a sitcom?
Yeah.
So how does it work? You decide to leave?
Yeah, well, I had done 2 shows, and so like they tell us like the year is basically up, so they're like, we're gonna do another show on, you know, in a month, like your show ends in a month or whatever, and usually you get to decide if you leave or go. Sometimes people don't, and I was like, I'm done, you know, thank you for my time, I'm done. And then it was, where do I go? Is it New York or is it LA? And it's funny because my whole life I thought it was going to be New York.
Yeah.
And I remember in one of our readings, you told me New York.
You still carry that New York vibe.
I feel New York.
So I'm telling you.
No, thank you. I feel it.
I'm not asking. I'm telling you.
And I'll take it because you've told me before, and I felt that.
Because even as I was getting ready, I kept thinking, I don't know why New York kept coming up. So I'm sorry.
No, don't be. No, I like this.
So, all right,
no, I want this. I like this.
I want more pop-in, more messages.
Like, give me the messages.
I want all the messages.
Silence me, Michael, with my
now.
messages. No, I feel that, and I've always felt that. But something really
big time
drew me out here. I think I didn't think I would love LA, and also, and I really did. And then a lot of my very close friends were out here, so it just felt like the right move. And I do love it, and I'm very happy to be here. But I still definitely feel a big part of me wants to be in New York, and will hopefully end up there. For work and for life. Yeah.
We're going to make it happen. Absolutely. Yeah. So this is just like a healing stop in the journey.
Yeah.
Shedding what we don't need and gaining what you do. And then you get to move wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you ended up in LA.
Yeah.
And so, because that's a message that's come up for a lot of people in the very beginning, you know, you go to LA, this is where it's all happening. So, you know, we all have ideas of what we think LA is going to be like. Okay, now when I do messages, you know, when I'm working, I'm like, you know, moving to LA, but it's like you have to have a really strong sense of who you are.
Yeah.
Because it's a town full of lemmings.
It really is.
A lot of followers. And so you're thinking LA and you've got your idea and you get there. Mm-hmm. What is it like when you arrive?
Oh my God. Well, I got here January 31st. I know. Well, I was born on a Tuesday. No, I don't even know that. I don't think that's true, actually. I was born on a Monday. I got here January 31st of 2020.
So, I didn't realize that.
Yes,
wow.
Girl. So
wow.
I had just finished Mainstage like maybe late October, November. And so that schedule, it was 6 days a week for 2 years. So never 2 days off in a row. It was 8 to 12 shows a week, depending on the week. 12 with holidays.
That's a lot.
And the shows are 3 hours long. So I hadn't had a life. And before that, I was touring for 2 years. And when you're there, they're very much like, don't go to that wedding if you want to get on Mainstage, you know? So I finished and I was like, I finally have a life. So when I got here, I was like, I don't want to do any shows. I just want to like live my life and meet people and hang out and get to know the city. So I was having a lot of fun. And then, of course, it did all shut down immediately. But I moved here, and my first audition that I got was for this Paul Feig TV show. Do you know Paul Feig? He directed Bridesmaids. He directed a lot of huge comedies. Spy, Melissa McCarthy. He's a girl's girl, and he makes the big comedies. Oh my God, we gotta get him. So my first audition was for a show for him, and I went in. It was my first LA audition, and I like crushed it. I felt amazing. And then I get a call back and I perform for him in a small room and I crush it again. And it's amazing. And then my agent's calling me and I'm signing contracts and it's like, you're on hold to be this part on this big new Fox show. And then I went to a yoga class. I was like waiting to hear, and I get out of the yoga class and I have missed calls and it's like, they didn't choose you because the part was originally for a man and they want it to be a man. It was Fox. Of course they wanted a man. So it was devastating. And then 2 days later was COVID. Wow. So I saw my life changing. I was like, this is it. I moved to LA, my first big audition. I saw the money amounts I'd be getting. I was like, this is happening. It felt like it was happening. It felt so right. And then everything shut down. And then I couldn't perform anywhere. And then I was just like, so obviously, as we all were, unwell, which then made me start doing the TikToks because I was like, I have to get this out of me. Otherwise I'll be sick.
Yeah.
So that was my intro to LA.
Did the show get go or did it
did go? It was called, it was Welcome to Flash.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
It's canceled now. So we love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then
LA is like that though. It is. Yeah. It's torturous. It's like you get so close and then they go, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've been learning that lesson over and over. And I've also been learning that things just take 5,000 years.
Yeah.
Correct.
Seems like it.
Mm-hmm. So through the TikToks, so I'm making the TikToks and I'm starting to get good engagement and things. I'm starting to get, jobs from it. And that's how I met Judd Apatow. And he like scooped me up and was this amazing mentor. And again, I was like, this is it. My life's changing. He's like, you're going to write a show for us. I was like, yes, I've been working on that show with my best friend Tien from Mainstage. And we're still getting notes on it. It still hasn't been sold yes or no yet. And that's been like 2.5 years.
Wow.
And so it's like, you keep having these moments where you're like, this is it, my life's changing, and then it doesn't. And so I've learned to like not think that's going to happen and also just accept what is happening.
Sure.
Michael, do you think that's...
I got to tickle my throat.
No, please. And also there's like a little mute button if you ever need when you hover your cursor over your face. Michael, when that happens... Because similarly, working on something for years and years and years, finally got it out to pitch. We have all these things attached to it, all these folks, and you're like, this is it. I know it's going to go. I know it's going to sell. This is the thing I've known the whole time.
And it was the same feeling I'd felt when other things did happen. Because I was like, this is it.
This is the one. And what do you think is that like the universe, like being like, this isn't the right situation, this isn't the right timing? Is that what can we read from that whenever that happens in our lives?
So yes to everything you just said. Mm-hmm. And, part of it is the beginning is you needed to write this. Period. If something happens with it, fantastic. But there was something in you that needed to express whatever you wrote. Then, it's like a kaleidoscope. Once you put it out into the world, you're set your intention, you're attracting the perfect people to it. You all know this. You walk into a room, ego, your hair looked funny. There's a lot of people judging you.
Yeah.
Or they've got somebody that they want to get in. So,
right.
Sometimes the way I was taught, the way it comes through in readings is that what you're asking, like what you want and what you need.
Yeah.
You really want to sell this, but soul's purpose doesn't really need to have the sale of that pilot in the moment. So it's alignment of wants, needs come into alignment, aligning with the right people. I don't know if I wrote this down, but I was going to ask you, what's it like for you to write a pilot, and now it's in the hands of a studio, and they are dissecting every word, every character. So I would imagine it's like having a baby.
Yeah.
The child that you love is now being torn apart because, this, and the people who aren't funny are trying to give you notes on what they think. It turns down money. It comes down to money. Is it a commodity? Can we sell this?
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of fear around what's sellable. They're afraid of offending people. They're afraid of
you just said it.
Having something be to this, to that, whatever. So
yes.
And ignorance. There's a lot of ignorance around it, and it's a lot of control. They want to keep people down. They want to.
It's control.
That's why all the movies are white people. It's like there's lots of there's racism. There's everything. Sexism. There's fat phobia. There's homophobia. It's like that's all baked in. I think that
and you as women in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of my questions was, it seems like, where did I write it? Because I wrote it. But it just, because it ties into this. It seems guys don't like women who are funnier than them.
They don't.
Was that a problem for you?
Absolutely. I think it still is. That kind of
ties into, it's this patriarchal society. I'm a gay man, so I feel I can relate to the patriarchy.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're straight men who want to keep me down.
And the patriarchy affects everyone. It affects straight men too. It affects us all. It's like,
yes.
It's everywhere. And it definitely affects me every day. I'm sure it affects Benda every day. I see these, I have a lot of anger about that. And that's something I'm constantly trying to work on. I don't want to be an angry person, but it also fuels me a little bit where it's I see some of these men. An example would be Eric Andre and his show, Borat, Nathan Fielder, even Tim Robinson. Sometimes these funny men that I think are funny, the way they get to act and the way they get to perform, completely. You've never seen a woman be allowed to do that, and you may never. Yeah. And they get to they've gotten to the point where they can just sort of fuck around and make whatever they want and make fun of people and we're the joke for watching it, and they become heroes to all these young comedian men. And then they all emulate that, and then they don't lift women up. They never lift women up. They're never talking about our rights. They're never sharing our comedy. So I think I was constantly seeking the approval of some of these men coming up, because when Benda and I came up in Chicago, it was 2 women per 10 guys on each team.
And that was a big deal.
And that was
have
huge
2 women.
to be 2. It used to be 1, and then it used before that be none.
Yeah.
And
wow.
And so it's I just have started. There was some moment I realized I was I don't need them to like my stuff. I don't like their stuff. My stuff is for the girls, gays, and theys. And my stuff is funny for people in general. So when they wake up and get on board, toot, get on the train, honey.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to just I don't know. How do you feel about that, Benda?
I think I don't think you can wait for people to catch up to you.
Yeah.
I think
you just gotta go.
What you're doing is right. You're just going. The train is going.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get on board.
Yeah.
Or don't get on another train. That's
Yeah,
fine.
go ahead.
Yes.
Someone I may have already said this on the pod before, but like I have a friend of mine, our friend Peter Kim, who
Diva number one.
Like I perform for my fans.
Yeah.
And that was a big shift in my mindset. Like there are like I want my friends and my peers to think I'm funny and good, of course. But at the end of the day, like, why am I discounting all the folks that aren't in comedy who like what I do? Like they're important to me too, and in fact should be the most important as well. So I it's like shifting your focus from like the approval you want from the people you want to like, hey, pay attention to those folks that are already on board with you, who already are rooting for you.
Yes.
And become so undeniably funny because you're so yourself that they all have to be like, we want to sell that and buy that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think, so as you were both speaking, this is a Brene Brown quote, and she talks about people have to earn the right to hear my story.
Absolutely.
And that's the energy I want you to carry with your script, because maybe you're not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. But the people who are, so Terry needs to write a book about Terry's Toffee.
Oh my gosh,
And
I would love that.
It's a really great story, and it would be a great read because it's a classic American, we weren't rags, but you know, an idea that was brought to fruition.
Small
when we sold the
business
company.
owners.
Yeah, that's really hard.
And I said, you know, it'll be a bestseller. And I said, it'll be a bestseller to the people who need to read it. And I meant it.
Yeah.
And I'd never said that before. But it's like what you're writing, there's a core group of people who need to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I can give you a quick example. So I was going to redo my website. This is years ago. And there's a woman who I really admire. I've actually had a reading with her. And I was going to take a peek at her website to just kind of like, not copy, but like get ideas.
Yeah, of
course.
course.
I was feeling guilty about it. Like, like I'm right?
It's like it's a website. You can take, they're all the same.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but the intention was I was just trying to, right?
Yeah.
So I went to type in her name. And as I was typing in her name, the thought dropped in, I'm never going to sound like her. I'm never going to speak like her. I am never going to give a message the way she gives a message. I am never going to be a woman. I am never ... And the people that are coming want to hear my voice.
Yeah.
And they want to hear how I deliver it. And so that's what I can offer to you. And, you know, with all those no's, Terry Opalik taught me this one of, you know, we've been trying to fit in. And what we're all doing now is learning, where do we belong?
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily belong in that corporate structure, you know? So this is why, like COVID, the good thing about COVID with the arts is you guys are going to rise up. I keep referencing Cabaret. It's like, you know, nobody's getting hired. So then we're going to go to Benda's backyard and put on a show.
Yeah.
Because, and somebody in that audience is going to have a connection to yours. So you asked a great question. There's so many variables that come into play with why you're not getting it. And Ryan, you said it perfectly. It's fear-based.
Yeah.
All this fear. And so here I'm sitting blessed to be sitting with two fearless women who are badasses in their own right and, you know, don't necessarily have to take no for an answer.
Yeah.
You know, yes, we live in a world we need to get paid, of course, all right? But you're creating for the sake of creating.
Absolutely.
And that's the gift you're giving back to the universe. And just you're speaking today. I know I'm yelling.
No, you're not. I like it.
I'm like on the edge of my chair. But,
I like it.
But there's somebody listening who needs to hear this.
Yeah.
Who has just had what they felt was their final rejection, and you just gave them permission and the courage to move forward. So it's why I adore all of you, because you keep waking up every day auditioning and putting yourselves out there with, you know, and that wall is getting higher and stronger. And it's like, and you all just keep working. You just keep trying to tear it down.
Yeah.
What I like, this is what my big thing too, because when I was, you know, I worked with a lot of people from Second City. Somebody heard my name, and then I met a lot of people.
That's how it goes.
And then I was, but like these gatekeepers, because these guys would come, and it was like fear-based, like, oh, she's funnier than me, or, you know, he can do this, or what, a FOMO, you know,
Yeah.
It's like always comparing, and it's like, but there's enough room for everybody.
Yeah.
There's 8 billion people in this world. There might be more, but as far as I know, 8 billion people. It's like there's enough for everybody. You know, one good movie gets made. Well, then next year we've got like 10 copies, right?
Yeah.
But like, so you two are originals. That's how I think of you. I can only work with the people that I believe in. Both hands to God. If I don't believe in you, I can't. I could do whatever. But you know
no, I agree. Like, especially
I can do whatever,
with, like,
but it's like
really working with someone.
Yes. And so I think you are all shifting consciousness. That's why you do what you do. We might not get the recognition that we deserve, but you're making a difference. I'm promising you that. I swear to God. People listening to this right now, we're making a difference. These light workers are coming together. We're meeting up. The light will always win.
Yeah.
The light will always win. So we're going through the darkness, but I swear to God, when we come out of this, we're going to have a blast.
100%. I love that.
So we are really chit-and-chat.
We really are.
We're going to have Ryan back.
We have so much more to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
We barely scratched the surface.
Barely.
I know.
So, can you tell us anything about your future projects, the Bert project,
Yes.
the Bert Show?
Please. Yes, I can.
Let's hear about it.
So the Bert Show, the final episode of season 1 just came out. So I'm just like so proud of it. That's one where my brother-in-law runs a podcast company, and he was like, "Can we get lunch? You need your own Jiminy Glick style show."
That's who I thought. The first one I saw.
Hold on, my tickle came back. Talk to each other.
Go. Okay, I swear to God, I saw her show, and my first thought was, this reminds me of Jiminy Glick.
I mean, it's the character's so insane. If you guys haven't had a chance to see, first of all, follow Ryan Asher,
please,
and watch the Bert Show. You won't believe the prosthetics, the set decor.
I know,
everything looks
nice
gorgeous.
Set.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
So when he said that to me, I was like, "That's the nicest thing anyone could ever say," because I think Jiminy Glick's the funniest thing on earth. I love Martin Short. And so he was like, "We want to start making shows, so we'll produce it for you. And you just have to make a character, and you just have to, like, make it happen." And then Bert kind of immediately, I was like, "Great, his name's Bert." And I was like, I just want to be a 70s talk show host man. Yeah. And I knew Matt, this amazing makeup artist who I knew would do the prosthetics. And it was like, you think about talk show hosts, how many are women? None. Amber Ruffin.
And the ones that are?
Scary, as we know, famously, evil girl. Evil girl. I didn't even think about her. I don't even clock her as that. Anyway, so I was like, it'd be so fun to like really become a character, because I feel like when I play characters, I really feel like them. And like I do. And
well, they're you.
They are me. And so sometimes it's jarring to me to like rewatch a thing and I see myself. It's like a form of body dysmorphia, which I definitely do have, where I see myself, but it's like I don't see reflected back how I felt. And so it was very invigorating and exciting to see this man when I watched it back, because I was like, that is who I was being, and that is what he looks like. And so that was a very cool experience, especially with editing it, where I was like, I don't feel weird about editing this guy. That's not me. That's him. And it felt really empowering.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's very much like you taking that power back from those male comedians and going,
that's what I felt.
Yes.
I can be a male comedian too.
Sure, and I'll be funnier than you.
You think it's that hard?
Like, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So there's definitely that in there. And I'm like, it's drag, it's gender bending, but it's mainly
Absolutely.
like, I just want to play a character and I want to look like the character. So it feels like all of those things are baked into it, which I love. And then we did some man on the street videos. So I dressed up as Bert, which takes 4 hours to put it all on.
God.
I know. And I went to Griffith Park and I went to Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I'm telling you, this is the craziest part. I have done videos out in public before as a crazy person, usually as a crazy woman, and people just don't. They're like, we're in LA, that's happening all the time. Like, I don't want to engage. I don't want to look at you because you're a crazy woman. Me dressed as that man, every man that walked by would be like, sup. They knew I was a character, obviously, but they were like, that's a guy. That's a big, because I'm also like chest hair, big teeth, like square jaw, like man. vibes in the character. And so they kept coming up to me and talking to me and like dapping me up and like just sort of like being like, what's up, dude? You know, in this way that I was like, men are so crazy. They see man and then they like it.
Yeah. Yes.
And they want to be near it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've never experienced that as me being a crazy woman on the street. I've never experienced it.
Because Bert is so masculine and powerful that they're like, I want proximity to that.
Literally. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you guys are telling on yourselves.
That's
to my face.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And it was like everyone. And they'd be like dads with families. They'd be like a drunk guy. Everyone. All of them.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? Like literally, I was like seeing it and it was like coming at me. It was like I was watching my own movie. It was like a VR thing. I don't know. It was very bizarre.
Yeah. Wow.
All the men, they flocked to me and I was like, this is insane.
Wow.
I love that so
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
It felt like I like was like an undercover agent.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
So where can people catch the show?
On YouTube.
Bert Show
On YouTube.
With Bert Bukowski.
Yes, The Bert Show
On
with Bert
YouTube.
Bukowski on YouTube, on the Forever Dog YouTube page. But if you just search it, you'll find it. And
So The Bert Show,
yeah.
if we type it into YouTube, because I want people to watch
please
it.
watch. I interview guests. We play games. We've got Missy
you've got
Pyle
great
on
guests.
there, Bobby Moynihan, Tien
saw
Tran,
his
Meatball.
episode last night.
Oh, what the Missy
Yes.
Pyle one is the finale, and I think it's my favorite one.
Okay. Then,
They're all
that's
amazing,
excellent.
but
And all the others.
they're all
Yes.
amazing, but
And-
that one is special to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you
What
so
a big
much.
deal.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it's lovely to see Jeffrey Murdoch as Pearl.
Oh my
Officer
gosh,
Jeff.
yes, he's so funny.
Your friend ER Fightmaster.
Yes.
Sings beautifully.
Oh yes.
And you educated me because I did not know about soaking.
Oh, you didn't know? And now you'll never
If I had
forget.
heard
And
about
now
it,
you'll never
but
forget.
so I just want you to know you can be educated while laughing.
No,
So-
my parents were like,
Yes.
my parents love it. They're so supportive. And my whole family's watching it. And they're like, Uncle Ron loves it. He said it's a little risque. And I was like, is it? And then they were like, soaking. And I was like, oh, I do
So-
sing a whole song about soaking.
Yes, you did. Bert did.
Bert
Yes,
did. Excuse me.
did.
Bert did.
Bert
And also, that's
did.
just proof that like religion is just trying to keep us from having sex. And it's just like people are going to find a way to invent things like soaking. Like just teach them good sex education, you idiots.
Yes.
By the way, that's the other thing I wanted. Along with the abortion doulas, I also want to have sex education.
100%.
Like you know Kumon for math tutoring?
Yes.
Where you sign your child up for extra math classes?
Yes.
Yes.
Sex ed in the strip mall.
Yes.
You drop off your 13-year-old
Yes.
and we talk to them.
And we're like,
about
listen,
consent.
a consent,
Don't
all of it.
think
Yes.
That's something that the two of you could be facilitating.
Let's do
Don't think that you can't. Do
No,
it.
Bente-
We'll educate the children.
Needed.
yeah.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, listen, honey, we just adore you, and believe me, there's an open door. You come back anytime you want.
Please have me
Believe
back. I have
swear
to come
God,
back.
We want you. I swear I barely touched everything I wanted to ask you, but we're going to end with our rapid fire questions.
Oh my God, I'm
I've got
excited.
5 questions. Don't overthink
Okay.
it.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
If you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Oh,
Ready?
yeah.
Okay. What does your intuition sound like to you?
It sounds like it doesn't have a sound. It's more pictures.
Beautiful. So that's clairvoyance. When do you feel most in your element or connected to your inner knowing?
When? Is that what you said?
When?
I do think a lot of the time it is on stage. It is in the middle of when I'm really locked into a live performance is when I'm like, I'm watching myself. I am myself. I'm on the stage. I'm with the audience. I am the character. It's like 10 things are happening and it's like a flow state, like they've been saying lately. And that's when I think.
I love it. What's the best piece of advice your intuition ever gave you that you actually listened to?
I think my best piece of advice is you're going to always have ideas. You're going to always have things to make. So don't worry too much if one doesn't work or if it's getting overly noted or changing it. It's never going to stop. So it's okay if one needs a pause or doesn't work out because there's always more.
Is there one common belief about intuition that you'd like to debunk?
I'd like to debunk that it happens all of the time. Mm-hmm. I think there's periods of silence, and I think that's actually very important too, so that when it actually does hit you, then you know.
Good for you. That's a good answer.
Oh.
What is one final thought or pearl of wisdom you want to leave our listeners with about trusting your gut?
I think it's something I said before. It's actually, we've said it before, it's supposed to feel easy. Like, like when something is meant to be, it feels easy. When you're forcing and chasing, even if you think you want it, that's not it. And I'm going to keep making that mistake. So, honey.
Over and over.
Gonna go make it this afternoon.
So, listen, I really do want to have you back.
I would love to be back.
I really want to promote the past lives of Ryan
Oh,
Asher.
thank
I love
you.
that show. And, I was a little mad I wasn't the one that did the reading because I was all over that.
Well, your reading, your readings are like real readings, and that was like a fake reading.
I love, but I was all over it.
Yeah.
So, but it was brilliant, and I people need to see it.
Thank you so much.
We're going to talk about that in the future.
Yes.
But honey, thank you so much for hanging out.
Oh my
with
gosh,
us.
thank you. I can't believe
What a
it's
treat.
over.
I know, it goes by
so
so
fast.
It goes by so fast.
Also,
that's the problem.
I want to shout out Terry really quick. I'm in love with your
Yes.
husband. No offense.
Yes.
And
No
he
offense
has
taken.
to be
He's
doing.
to be loved.
He has to be doing some sort of performance. The things that came out of him,
Yes,
he
he
opened up.
does.
It was so beautiful to watch. He took my class, and
Aw.
I just think he's so
Yes.
beautiful and funny. And you're both wonderful,
Yeah.
and I miss you and I love you.
I miss you and I love you too. And you're available for teaching.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna
So let's
post
tell
soon. I'm
people.
gonna teach some workshops in the new year. I feel like New Year's
Good.
a good
In
time.
LA.
In LA,
Yeah.
yeah. So that'll be all on my
Anything
social
I
else
might
media.
sign up.
Bente will have so much fun. My husband took my class, and I was like, "Oh my
Did
god!"
he
And he had
really?
a good time, and he loved it. I was like, "Oh my god, it was so cute."
That's perfect.
I think I need the structure of a class to help me
And it's a fun loose class, so girl, please.
That's nice.
Yes.
I'll let you know.
That'd be so fun.
Beautiful.
Okay, perfect.
Ryan, thank you.
Thank you so much. This literally
What a
made my
treat.
day. I feel like I'm gonna glow all the way around
I hope
LA
you do.
today.
I hope you do. Yes.
I love you both.
Thank you. I love
so
you too,
much.
honey.
Love you, Ryan.
We'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
Well, that was a guaranteed good time.
Oh my gosh, what an angel clown.
Angel Cloud is perfect. I was so excited to have her on. I barely scratched the surface on my notes.
That's it. I think it's such a great flow. It's so
Yeah.
easy to chat, and
Yes.
it's really affirming to hear from somebody else, like what
Yes,
their
it is.
experience and process is.
It is.
Yeah.
And and she's just such a good person.
I think so.
And that's why I wish her every success and happiness. And oh man,
too.
I want that to happen for all of you.
Yeah.
But I love what she said, and I really do hope that we get younger listeners, because
too.
I think it's a great tool for them to
Hear that.
use.
Yeah.
There are people who've done this for 20, 30 years. They're still going through it. It's, overnight success sometimes takes 30 years. So
Correct.
let's be ready for the long haul, if this is what you truly love. So, wow. Well, I'm kind of buzzing, but why don't we go into a little meditation
Let's do it.
and see what comes up for us. So here, I've got the magic cards here.
Oh, perfect.
I hear Frida.
She's click-clacking in the background.
She came. Hey, I saw your napkins on Instagram. They're beautiful.
Yes.
Are you selling them?
No, those are just ones. I embroidered 12 napkins for my holidays. They're all faces of my dog. You can see them on my
Beautiful.
Instagram.
Oh my God, they're gorgeous.
It's
Really
it's what I
beautiful.
do when I'm procrastinating on what I should actually be doing. Is I pick up a little.
You're just oiling up the creativity.
Exactly.
You tell me when. I'm going to pull
Okay.
a card, and this will be our inspiration.
Now.
Okay. So I have 3. So I'll go
Ooh.
with the one in the middle. Kind-hearted. That's our word. Kind-hearted. So that's perfect. So let's, as long as you're not driving, close your eyes, take a big deep breath, breathing in. Exhale. And then breathing in. Exhale. We always love to call on our spirit guides. Grounding ourselves, connecting with Mother Earth. Allowing that healing white light to enter in and through the crown chakra, cleansing, clearing, calming each chakra as it works its way down through the soles of our feet. And trusting that any creative thought I have, any project that I'm working on, I'm always working on aligning with the perfect people to bring my vision to fruition. Giving my body permission to accept the word no. I'm not being punished. Just the universe's way of getting my attention. Making sure I'm truly aligned with all that are surrounding me. Finally, giving myself permission to fully believe that other people have to earn the right to hear my story. I'm just taking a moment to breathe deeply into our hearts. Kind-hearted, beautiful big hearts. And as we breathe into our hearts, connecting with perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect happiness. Within our heart, we love to connect with infinite potential, infinite possibilities. I'm not going to beat myself up if I've been procrastinating. I'm just aligning myself with my highest good, my higher vision. Feeling my body resting, relaxing, releasing. Getting comfortable in the stillness. Feeling regulated. Mind, body, spirit. All in alignment. Feeling grateful and thankful. And just slowly coming back into our body. Aware of our good. And so it is.
Yay.
Bente,
what a great
treat.
What a great show.
Oh my God, I had fun.
Me too. I feel incredible. I'm going to float all day.
I do too. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to us. And we'd love to give a shout out to Jonathan Kaloum, our production manager, who makes us sound good and look good. And thank you for listening. And we'll see you all next week.
Have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for sitting with us today. We hope you're leaving with a little more clarity and the permission you've been looking for to create on your own terms. Remember, the clearer your intention, the faster the universe responds. To join our community or to book a private session, visit michaelfrontier.com and follow us on Instagram at michael.frontier and Bente Ingrid. Keep trusting your signal, and we'll see you next time on Reading the Room.